down pretty hard. In these peculiar days, the stress and distress seems to mount pretty quickly, and I found myself just really needing to catch my breath. But I am really glad to be back with you. And today, I want to begin sharing with you out of some experiences that I've had over the last several days, and especially in particular in some reflections. Recently we have been hearing the message over and over again that these are unprecedented times, as if we didn't realize that. But currently, we're in another unprecedented time, a hotly contested presidential election cycle that reveals some things about us that we probably already knew. Both of our candidates seem to be able to present answers on their own behalf for the challenges that face us, including but not limited to issues of the pandemic, the economy, and our security. But with so much assurance coming from our political leaders, why is there so much distress that seems to be mounting in our lives, in the lives of people like us? For the next few talks, I want to invite you to consider with me an interesting psalm, Psalm 20. And to begin today, I want to consider these words near the end of that psalm. In verses 7 and 8, we find these words: "Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. They are brought to their knees and fall, but we rise up and stand firm." Now, it seems as if this psalm was written for people such as us and for a time such as this. The author of this psalm is expressing some extraordinary faith and insight through these words that he pens. In the context, these words are written from the perspective of someone who is praying for someone else in a time of great distress. The psalm opens up this way: "May the Lord answer you when you are in distress. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you." Specifically, these words are directed to another person with the implication that the Lord is being addressed on their behalf. So the statement that some trust in chariots and horses, or the strength of their military might, their own wealth or national power, or their personal resources, is contrasted with faith in God alone as a source of protection and preservation in times of distress. The reality is that the protection and provision of God is the only sure hope of being sustained or surviving such distress, because natural forms of strength and power will ultimately fail. So here's the point. Your candidate, my candidate, if we have such a thing, whoever it is that winds up in the White House for the next 4 years, is not going to solve the problems that we face. Problems of racism, healthcare, national security, pandemic, moral decline, or even the economy. There is no hope that comes from trusting in chariots and horses in times of distress like we're facing now. Not even the relief that comes from all of the debate, all of the contention around the election is going to really solve anything. Even having things established, receiving a vaccine, getting through the pandemic is not going to solve issues or matters of the heart or in our mind. Depression, anxiety, anger, hoarding, isolation, while they may seek to resolve, and we may use them to try to resolve issues of uncertainty, insecurity, fear, or distrust, are not going to really accomplish anything long-lasting. Only Jesus, the person, he has the power to bring the peace to the distress that's going to characterize in our lives until the kingdom comes to be a physical reality. So the stuff that you and I are holding on for, that we're struggling for, not going to help. We must turn to Jesus. And if you are not sure how to do that, contact me and let me help. It's not that I'm an expert, but I am a fellow pilgrim on the journey. And I would love to walk with you a ways. At the very least, join me in the next several days reading and reflecting on this psalm until it finds a home in our hearts. Because Jesus loves us. You can count on that. Hope to see you soon.